Today on Your Money, Your Wealth podcast number 495, Joe and Big Al spitball on 3 different listeners' strategies for paying the tax on a Roth conversion now to have lifetime tax-free growth on that money in the future. Should Neo in San Clemente, California convert to Roth at the beginning or end of the year in his plan to make quarterly estimated tax payments on his conversion? Is it a good strategy for Tim in Minnesota to use reimbursements from his health savings account to pay Roth conversion taxes? And what do Joe and Big Al think of Samantha in Northern California's plan to convert to Roth and pay the tax with her IRA money? Plus, the fellows answer questions from our YouTube and Spotify followers on required minimum distributions from Roth accounts, reasons to put retirement withdrawals in a brokerage account instead of a Roth, choosing pension options, and the difference between commercial annuities and pension annuities, plus their thoughts on single premium immediate annuities or SPIAs. I'm producer Andy Last, and here are the hosts of Your Money, Your Wealth, Joe Anderson, CFP, and Big Al Clopine, CPA.
San Clemente, California. Hey, Joe, Big Al, and Andy. I'm Neo. Is that like from...
Yes, his wife's name is Trinity.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Trinity. All right, 66. About to retire at the end of 2024, driving a 2014 BMW i3, which the kids call the spaceship. My wife, Trinity, 63, already retired, drives a 2021 Tahoe. As for the drinks, if I'm on the first tee, I'll probably crack an 805 or maybe a Kona Big Wave. Kona. Big Wave. If I'm at dinner, unlike Joe's Tang in Malibu, oh man, remember that story? That was disgusting. I'm opting for a little Kettle One Collins. Okay. Trinity likes a nice cold glass of white wine. I've been listening for about 6 months now, binging shows during my daily walk on the beach trail in San Clemente while I recover from brain surgery. Wow, mountain bike accident. I'm okay. But they wanted me to avoid strenuous brain activities like reading on the internet. Basically, find something that requires no brains at all. And your podcast seems to be the perfect solution.
Dang, shots fired, as Joe would say.
Perfect.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but I guess we'll take it.
Brainless activity. I think we're going to take this to some hospitals.
And people will go right to sleep.
Yeah, we'll just go in the old brain ward. Calm your brain down. Listen to this garbage. All right. My question is about timing of the Roth conversions and making estimated tax payments to pay for them, since I've never done them previously. All right. I have about $1.2 million in rollover IRA and 401k, about $35,000 in my Roth, where the mega BD Roth from the 401k is flowing into, and about $525,000 into a brokerage account. I got no debt. House is paid off. Trinity's pension is $78,000 a year. And my Social Security at 70 will be $58,000 a year. We spent about $125,000 outside of taxes. I have a massive spreadsheet, 25 tabs.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's not brainless activity there, man. That is seriously brain.
You're going to have to put that down for a little bit, I think.
That tracks projected income, expenses, tax payments, required portfolio contributions to cover the gap for every year between 2023 and 2038. When I turn 80, I'm going to do Roth conversions into the 24% tax bracket until 2026 and 28% for 3 years, and then 25%. How much does he have in retirement accounts? He's got a 1.2 million.
Yeah.
Why is he going that crazy? All right, I'll just keep going here. I'm going to use the brokerage account to bridge the income until I turn 70, which is between $75,000 and $100,000 needed to cover the taxes because of the Roth conversion. So, from what Big Al has said, I could provide Form 2210 for my first conversion, which I'm going to do in December. So I won't have to pay an unpayment penalty for the 2024 taxes, which I'll pay with capital gains at 2025. But should I make a 2025 conversion early in 2025 to let the earnings build up tax-free, but have to make estimated taxes around the 110 in Fed and state taxes? Or wait until December each year to do a Roth conversion? Any other options? Love the show. It makes my 4-mile hike fly by. Oh, that's cool. You do the conversion in the beginning of the year because you want the compounding tax-free.
Yeah, and more often than not, the market goes up 2 years out of 3. So on balance, you want to do it at the beginning of the year. So let me sort of recap, I think, what Neo is saying. And that is if you do a Roth conversion right at year end, and if you had been required to make quarterly estimated payments for a year starting in April, the last one being in January, if you do that Roth conversion in December, you can file that Form 2210 and not have to pay any penalties. But before I even go there, first of all, Neo, you said you are retiring at the end of 2024. So I'm assuming that your income in 2024 is similar to 2023. Maybe you have enough withholding in 2024 to cover 2023's tax, or depending upon your income level, 110% of last year's tax. If that's the case, you don't even have to make any estimated payments until you file your tax return or extension April 15th. So there's two ways to avoid penalty. One is if you have enough paid in from withholding, right, from the prior year to cover last year's tax. That's number one. It sounds like that may be your case. If you don't have that, which would not be the case in 2025, then you make you do your conversion in January because you want to get it in early. And now you make quarterly estimated payments. You make 4 of them. You don't have to do it all at once. You make a quarter of it in April, and then June, then September, then January the following year. So that's how you do it. You do want to make it earlier in the year to get more compound growth.
All right. Good question, Neo. Hey, Joe, Big Al, fellow Minnesotan here, and CPA. All right, Tim.
Nice.
My wife and I have a traditional IRA that has been the landing spot for old 401k balances of about $140,000. I would like to convert half of this and half in 25 before tax rates go up. I have about $100,000 of room remaining in the 24% tax bracket. I also have about $50,000 fully funded each year in HSA money, with $20,000 of medical bills not being reimbursed from the HSA. Current home, me.
Current income.
I'm sorry. Me, 39, 200,000, wife, 38, 80,000. Other accounts. Current Roth, 175. My 401k is about 115, 55, 45. Roth and traditional, max contributions. Contribute to a traditional 10% of salary. Wife, 403b, 5,000 to Roth plus TRA pension. Brokerage, 10K. Crypto. A little crypto, 5,000.
Right.
Okay, here's the question. Would it be smart to convert some of my IRA money and use the HSA reimbursement to cover some of the tax, or just pay with cash? Thanks for the Spitball. Drive a 2013 Accord, 2023 Palisade. It's also got a 2013 Ford F-150.
Of course.
It's got 2 dogs, 13-year-old Springer and a 1-year-old lab. Arnie Palmer drinker. Oh, I love a good Arnold Palmer.
I know you do.
Yeah. All right. I would pay it out of cash.
I would too. But he also says he's got medical bills that have yet to be reimbursed, which could come out. That's fine too. I mean, the thing about HSA, as long as you're not paying a penalty, if you paid medical expenses and need to get a reimbursement, I mean, to me, it's pretty similar, same. But yeah, I like the concept. I like the concept of going ahead and converting while the tax brackets are lower. Do it over a couple of years, as you said. Makes sense.
It's really important to understand Roth accounts so that you don't pay penalties and excess tax. Download the complete Roth Papers Package to learn how to take full advantage of Roth's tax-saving benefits. Click the complete Roth Papers Package link in the description of today's episode in your favorite podcast app to get your free copy. Also, we have a new, quick and easy way to find out your likelihood of retirement success with a free financial blueprint. Input your details for an analysis of your current cash flow, assets, and projected spending for retirement, and it'll calculate 3 scenarios to help you determine your probability of retirement success. This detailed report even includes strategic investing, future taxes, and actionable steps you can take now to achieve your retirement goals. And it's all yours for free. Click the financial blueprint link in the description and take control of your retirement future.
Samantha from Northern California. She goes, hello, Andy, Joe, Al. This is Samantha. I discovered YMYW last year and have now listened to episodes going back to 2016.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's a lot of Joe and Al.
That knowledge and willingness to outline the pros and cons of taxes and investment strategy for our listeners. I'm ready to ask you your thoughts on our potential Roth conversion plan. Oh,
Okay.
saw that one coming a mile away.
Are you surprised?
No, I'm 58, husband Noah, 60. No kids, no need for legacy. Our plan is to retire in 2025 at 59 and 61. Our question, should we rip the Band-Aid off next year when I retire and convert a big chunk from pre-tax to Roth? Given the plan reset to the tax brackets in 2026. Here's the stats. Retirement savings, total 1.1 million. Retirement fixed income, they're both eligible for lifetime pensions with 100% survivor benefit. The pension payout will be $180,000 per year with the 2% COLA. My husband's Social Security is going to be $22,000 annually if they take it at 62 in 2026. I plan delaying Social Security till my age 70. Why is Noah taking it at 62 and she's delaying?
I think he wants a little income is what I'm guessing.
All right. I'm eligible for health care for life. Man, she's got some really good benefits.
Yes, she does.
Premiums are more expensive prior to Medicare age, but drop significantly after that from $12,000 per year to about $2,000. Estimated retirement spending is going to be $200,000 a year. All right. So you want to spend $200,000, your pension's $180,000, and you got $1.3 million in her. Okay, I think everything's kind of adding up here for you.
Looks pretty good. Yep.
All right. We want a larger percentage of our accounts in Roth, but I can't begin converting my pre-tax accounts until 2025 as my plan restricts in-service conversions until age 59 and a half. My husband will turn 63 in 2026. So we're facing the Irma cliffs.
Okay.
We don't have any way to pay for the conversion with cash once we retire. So how much do we convert? Given that we need to use some of the converted funds to pay the taxes. Converting 60,000 next year would give us AGI of about 280,000 and a taxable income of 250. The combined California federal state of 250 would be 57K, an effective rate of 24. This would move our accounts to 22% Roth and 73% pre-tax. Or should we convert even more and go to the top of the 24% tax bracket in 2025, even if we must pay the taxes from the converted funds? The additional 135 of converted funds would have a marginal tax rate of 24 federal plus 9.3 state plus 3.8 net investment income tax. No, that would not. So more than 37% of any additional conversion would go to pay the taxes. Question. I believe that 2025 will likely be our lowest income year for the rest of our lives. Should we be taking advantage of it, given our lack of cash on hand? Or is the tax hit too high? The final piece is that we are likely to have some inheritance coming our way in the next 10 years. One asset would be a parental IRA with the estimated value of $600,000. It would add to our taxable income on top of the pensions and the 2 Social Security checks and on top of our investment withdrawals. Thanks so much for any spitballing or thoughts you have for us. For Joe. Oh boy. Single me out. All right, perfect. I drive a little 2019 Toyota RAV4 hybrid. Oh, she's got a little moonroof. Panoramic
moonroof.
Oh, that's sexy. I like moonroofs. I wanted a moonroof.
Do you have one or no?
I think I do have a moonroof. Yes, in my car.
You hardly
think?
No. No, I know I do. And my husband drives a 2021 Chevy Bolt, fully electric. We both enjoy a little glass of wine with dinner, or occasionally little Mai Tais or margaritas on the deck when the weather's warm.
Okay, so
the main question she's got money in a retirement account. She's going to have a very nice pension and Social Security.
Right.
They don't have any liquid assets outside of the retirement account. Should she convert and pay the taxes within the retirement account? This is going to be potentially the lowest tax year.
Right.
Another caveat is that the old inheritance. They're going to inherit more retirement dollars, and so they're going to have to disperse that, and that's also going to add to their taxable income. That makes their tax issue even worse.
Correct. Yeah, I think Joe, the way I kind of think about this is with their fixed income of hers and his, call it 200,000. you kind of figure out how much of an IRA would you need to have to be commensurate in that income. You divide that 200,000 by 4% or multiply by 25, you get the same number. And you get $5 million. Does not mean they have $5 million in an IRA, but that's how much they would have to have at one point to create that much income. So when you have that much ordinary income, which is great you have, but there's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. But what you can do is the IRAs that you do have, 401ks and so forth, 403bs, is think about converting those. And so I agree with converting, especially in 2025 when tax rates are low. The problem is there's not enough cash to convert. Usually we recommend you pay out of your own funds. This is a case, Joe, where I would actually go ahead and convert to the top of the 24, and I would use converted funds because they're going to be in such a high tax bracket. So that would be my thoughts on this one.
Okay, so what do they have for retirement accounts? 1.3 million.
Yep.
All right, and they're how old?
They are around 60.
60, so they have a couple 15 years roughly for RMDs, so that $1 million that they don't necessarily need because there's no spending need here because their fixed income is going to cover their $200,000 of living expenses with the pension and Social Security. So this money's going to continue to grow. So if you have $1 million over 15 years at 6%, you probably have close to $3 million, something like that, give or take. I could do the math with my calculator, but I'm too lazy. And then your RMD roughly is going to be 4% of that. So 3 times 4 is 12. So $120,000 is going to be the RMD. Let's call it anywhere from $80,000 to $120,000, really depending on what happens to the market or if they don't take any distributions from that. So what you have to calculate is what do you think the RMD is going to be? What bracket will that push you in? We have no idea because it's 15 years from now. The tax brackets could be 50%, or they could be a lot less. It could be a flat tax. It could be a consumption tax. So there's a lot of assumptions that you would want to use. Would I convert and pay the taxes within the IRA? I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, the math will work out depending on how long that you live, because the compounding of tax-free is always great. But then you have the caveat of mom and dad's money coming to you, and then you're going to have to pay tax on that. I don't know. I don't think I would go to the top of the 24. I think I would probably stay in the 22% tax bracket, maybe convert and take some money out. I don't know. Is there a way that they could, I wouldn't probably refinance and take money out there from a HELOC given today's rates at 8%.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I mean, that's really the answer is yes, you should convert. But the secondary part is, how do you pay for the taxes, right? Do you pay for the taxes with what money you have outside of retirement, or do you actually use some funds in retirement? Because
if they owe $60,000 in tax to do the conversion, they have to pull out $90,000 to pay the tax, right? You got this kind of funneling effect. I agree with you, Alan. I think it makes sense to convert to get some of that money out of there, but it's $1 million. Maybe they could slowly draw it out, pay in the 22% tax bracket, see what happens with tax rates. But I mean, it's a gamble either way. If you're betting that tax rates are going to go sky high, then yeah, I would probably convert some of that money. If you think tax rates in that area are going to stay the same for some time, maybe you slowly start dripping the thing out.
Yeah, I do think you keep dripping it out. But the thing is that 2025 will be their lowest income tax year. At least that's what they think. And then the second part is 2026, we get our old rates back. And based upon the income that they've told us, they'll probably be in the 28% bracket subject to Altman. So anyway, those are reasons why I might be inclined to convert to the top of the 24.
All right. Good luck. Well, it's a great problem to have. Thanks for the question.
You've been saving to your workplace retirement account for your entire career, so don't shatter that retirement nest egg when you punch the clock for the very last time. This week on Your Money, Your Wealth TV, Joe and Big Al explain your options for accessing the money in your IRA, 401k, or other retirement accounts when you leave your employer, while avoiding the common mistakes that could cost you thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. Watch What Happens to Your 401k and IRA at Retirement on YMYW TV TV and download the Retirement Readiness Guide to find out how to control your taxes in retirement, create income to last a lifetime, make the most of your retirement investing strategy, and much more. You'll find links for both the TV show and the free guide in the episode description.
We got some questions and comments, Al.
We do. Okay.
You want to get through some of this?
Okay.
You got Andy who writes in. He's got retirement pop quiz. He's talking about our TV show.
Yeah, right.
Guys. Oh God. Anytime it starts with guys, you know we blew something up.
Probably.
Way to go, Aaron. Guys, according to the IRS website, designated Roth accounts in a 401k or a 403b plan are subject to the RMD rules for 2022 and 2023. However, for 2024 and later years, RMDs are no longer required for designated Roth accounts. You must still take the RMDs from the designated Roth accounts in 2023, including those with a required beginning date of April 1st, 2024. So I assume solo 401k accounts are not subject to the RMDs for 2024, correct?
And that would be a correct statement.
Yeah. So the designated Roth 401k accounts before had to take a required distribution. They finally cleaned that up because Roth IRAs do not have a required distribution. They do still have a required distribution for a couple of years, but then in 2024, which is what if your required beginning date is this year?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're good to go.
That's all true statements. I think he's referring to our television show where we said that later there's no RMDs, but we didn't identify the year because off the top of our head, we didn't remember. How about that? Just being honest.
Yeah, it's a crack research.
Oops.
All right. Globetrotter writes in. He's great video. Which video?
It says right there.
Oh.
Formula for Retirement,
Retirement.
YMYTV.
Okay.
If we withdraw from a qualified account, 401k, traditional IRA, is there ever a reason to transfer those funds into a brokerage account instead of a Roth? Thanks. I don't, unless you need the money within a year or less.
Yep.
So he's saying, hey, I'm taking money from a retirement account. I'm going to pay the tax. Is there ever reason to put it into a brokerage account versus a Roth?
Yeah, I think, and we talked about this before. I mean, generally, no, because you're going to pay the same tax either way, whether you do a Roth conversion or take the money out and put it in your brokerage account. If you need the money within the year you're in, I mean, it just is simpler. Otherwise, you're doing multiple distributions. But anyway, yeah, typically the answer is no, unless you need the money currently.
All right. This is an interesting comment from the same TV show here.
Okay.
Joe and Al walk into a trendy high-end lounge. Joe buys drinks for 4 beautiful women next to him and sitting down at the bar. All right. The women then get up and sit at the table with the big man, Al Clopine.
Well, I will say I am married, but
So's Joe.
Yeah, so am I.
yeah. So it probably won't happen, but anyway.
I don't understand what the reference was. It because of something we said in the TV show?
No, I think it's just because you have the reputation historically as being a player.
Ah, got it. He's listening to some older episodes. I think.
Apparently, yeah.
All right. We got Frank. He goes, Joe and Big Al, any chance you can cover the method of deciding between 50% and 75% based on the mortality age of the beneficiary? More than likely, my mind is set on a lump sum, but I'm curious how a person who prefers annuity would choose between their pop-up joint survivor options. I appreciate your instructional videos very much. You guys make it very easy and understandable and enjoyable to watch. So he's got a pension, it sounds like, and he's going to take a survivor benefit. Do you take 50% or 75%? When he passes to the surviving spouse.
Yeah, or he didn't say, but you could take 100% or you could skip it all together, take a lump sum.
So how do you choose that?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's the income need of the surviving spouse and what other fixed income sources are going to be there and what other assets are going to be there. So I think there's a little bit more math included to figure out what benefit.
Yeah.
Or if he's looking at, Maybe he's saying, how do I maximize this the most if I live until life expectancy? And what's the math between a 50% and 75%? We would need to know the numbers, because if you take 100% survivor, you're going to receive a lower benefit, right?
Right.
Because if you die, the spouse gets 100% of the benefit.
Mhm.
If you get 50%, you're going to receive more because then the spouse gets half as much. Or and then 75. So you could do the math there to figure out, all right, well, what is the appropriate amount giving certain life expectancy and what other assets that you have, and see if you want to maximize, the overall pension.
I will say something in my experience.
Yep. Go 100%.
Yeah. 100%, because you pass away, the last thing you want your spouse is pissed at you for not leaving her or him the higher amount. That's a non-financial answer, but I don't think you can go wrong with that
All
one.
right. That's a big L life answer.
All right. And so this next one, you guys had answered a question about annuities, and Joe, you said that the annuity was terrible.
Oh, okay, sure.
So I think the confusion here is that this is in reference to a pension lump sum or annuity.
Yeah, that's the same word, so it is confusing.
Yeah, it is very confusing. Invictus?
Invictus.
All right. I'm
one of our
confused
biggest
with the
fans.
annuity comment. Being a Fed employee, my pension will be a lump sum or annuity. With rises with COLA, I thought the annuity would be the best way. So, yeah, my apologies. There's a commercial annuity and there's a pension annuity. Commercials, you go to a life insurance contract, or you go to a life insurance company and you buy an annuity contract. Annuity stands for income, right? So it's a guaranteed income stream. So either the company is going to provide it for you, or you buy it through a life insurance company. So yeah, being a federal employee, if you want to get the fixed income and take the annuity, that could be the very best way.
So in a lot of cases, it's a great way to go, because it's what the income's going to be, and someone else is managing it, and you can count on it.
Yep. You got a Spotify question.
This is from our numbered listener on Spotify who keeps commenting in.
1-2-1-2-1-2-48-1-2-1-2-9-7.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's his name.
Okay.
What about SPIAs?
Okay.
Are they the best type of annuity if someone wants guaranteed lifetime income? By the way, that caller about annuities was calling all bonds high risk due to recent fluctuations, 2022, and recent low returns, 10 to 15 years.
I think he's referencing somebody had said that you guys have recommended high risk bonds, and you both said, no, we would never recommend high risk bonds. And the Spotify commenter is saying, I think the person was saying all bonds are high risk.
Okay, got it.
What about SPIAs? Single premium immediate annuity. Yeah, if you want a guaranteed income, that is the annuity of choice. So basically, it's immediate annuity, single premium. You give the insurance company X amount of dollars, and they're going to turn that into a guaranteed income stream for the rest of your life. That's the cleanest annuity. That is true income insurance. All these other variable, deferred annuities have these little bells and whistles on it, and the internal rate of return, in my opinion, is just not worth it.
Yeah, you've always said that. That's if you're going to do an annuity, go that way.
Yep. Single premium immediate annuity. If you want a guaranteed income, so your rate of return on the guaranteed income is pretty low.
Yes.
Which is fine. It's a guaranteed. So
yeah.
But here's what bugs me is that people think that they're getting like 6, 7, 8% rates of return.
Right. On the variable.
Right. Or any annuity. It's like, no, I'm getting 7% back on my money. Well, it's including your principal.
True. Good point.
So you're getting your principal back and whatever rate of return. So just understand the math before you get sold into that. But yeah, I'm down with that 1-2-1-2-4-8-2-2-9-7-0. That's it for us today. Wonderful job, everyone. And then Andy, you're gone for a couple of weeks. Big Al, you're going to go to Africa.
I'm only gone for 4 days. It's going to seem like a couple of weeks, but it's short.
4 days. Al, when do you leave? You go to Africa again?
Yeah, I'll be gone. Probably be leaving in a couple of weeks and be gone for a couple of weeks. You like that answer?
Oh, boy. All right. That's it. We'll see you next time, folks. Show's called Your Money, Your Wealth.
Mr. Anderson from The Matrix, heavy beers for the golf course, Joe's dog succession plan, and Samantha's Mai Tai recipe for Big Al in the Derails at the end of the episode, so stick around. This is Your Money, Your Wealth, Your podcast. If you enjoy YMYW, YMYW, tell your friends, and help us reach more listeners like you. And don't forget to leave your honest reviews, comments, and ratings for Your Money, Your Wealth in Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and all the other apps that let you do that. We're on all of them. And if you find an app that we're not on, email podcasts@purefinancial.com and let me know. Your Money, Your Wealth is presented by Pure Financial Advisors. Don't guess about your retirement. Get a free financial assessment from the experienced professionals on Joe and Big Al's team at Pure and unlock peace of mind. They'll analyze your entire financial picture and craft a personalized plan for the retirement you deserve. Whether you prefer a face-to-face meeting at one of our nationwide locations or a convenient online consultation, Pure makes it easy. Click the link in the description, visit yourmoneyyourwealth.com, or call 888-994-6257 to claim your assessment and take control of your financial future. Pure Financial Advisors is a registered investment advisor. This show does not intend to provide personalized investment advice through this podcast and does not represent that the securities or services discussed are suitable for any investor. As rules and regulations change, podcast content may become outdated. Investors are advised not to rely on any information contained in the podcast in the process of making a full and informed investment decision.
You know how many times people say Mr. Anderson, and then they'll say Mr. Anderson?
I would say probably a lot.
Then have you ever got that?
I don't get that on Mr. Clopine. That doesn't seem to come up.
Mr. Anderson. Has anyone ever said that to you? Yeah. If I'm on the first tee, I'll probably crack an 805 or maybe a Kona big wave. Kona big wave. That's a little heavy for the first tee there, Neo.
Those are pretty light. Come on.
805? Isn't that like an IPA?
No. That's a lighter beer.
No. It's dark though, right?
No.
It isn't?
Well, it's darker than a PBR. I'll put it that way.
Okay, got it. So he's got two dogs. One's 13 and one's 1. Do you think he's thinking the Springer is... I'm just saying because I'm in a similar situation.
You've got an older dog and a younger
Are you
one?
saying you got a replacement dog, Joe?
Yeah.
You've got a succession plan for your dogs?
Well, one's like 17 years old. It weighs like 4 pounds. So, like, the poor dog sleeps, and I'm like, oh boy, is it moving? Yeah. And we got 2 small kids that absolutely I love the dog more than I'm probably the biggest fan. But I'm just saying, then we have this little puppy that just drives me nuts. So.
And I'm sure the 17-year-old is like, just get that small thing away from me.
It's a 27.
Yeah, we got it. Well, I guess still a puppy, 2 years old. So that still counts, highly energetic. But we just have the one.
For you, Al.
Okay.
You can make your favorite Hawaiian cocktail at home in San Diego. Aloha. Samantha's Mai Tai recipe.
Wow.
Shake and serve crushed over ice. The recipe makes 2 very strong cocktails. You got 1 cup of little dark rum, 3/8 cup of lime juice, 2 ounces of Curaçao.
Curacao?
Curaçao or Carousel?
I thought it was Curacao.
Carousel, I think you're right.
I think Andy's right.
I think you're right. Carousel. 1 ounce of...
That one I don't know. Orgeat?
Orgeat almond...
Torani syrup.
1 ounce simple syrup.
Okay, I'm bookmarking that. I'm going to try it.
Yeah. I wonder if she had one of these when she wrote this out.
Very possible.